Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to show you something that sounds absolutely impossible. How to open a cafe with literally no money. And no, I'm not talking about taking out massive loans or maxing out credit cards. I'm talking about creative, legitimate strategies that real people have used to launch their dream cafes from absolutely nothing. If you've been dreaming about opening your own coffee shop but think you need 50,000, 100,000, or even more to get started, this video is going to completely change your perspective. So hit that subscribe button, because by the end of this video, you're going to have a real, actionable roadmap to make this happen. Let's dive in. Okay, let's be real for a second. When I say no money, I don't mean you'll have zero expenses. What I mean is that you won't need to come to the table with thousands of dollars in savings. The strategies I'm sharing today are about minimizing upfront costs, leveraging other people's resources, and building as you earn. Traditional cafes fail because entrepreneurs pour their life savings into leases, equipment, renovations, and inventory before they've made a single sale. That's backwards. We're going to flip that model completely. The key mindset shift here is this. You don't need to open a traditional brick-and-mortar cafe on day one. In fact, that's probably the worst way to start. Instead, you're going to build your cafe business in stages, proving your concept and generating revenue before you scale up. Think of it like this. Starbucks started as a single store. Your favorite local cafe started with one location. Every empire starts small. But we're going to start even smaller than that, and that's actually our advantage. Strategy number 1 is the pop-up cafe model, and this is absolutely genius for starting with no money. Here's how it works. Instead of renting a permanent space, you're going to operate your cafe temporarily in existing locations that already have foot traffic. Think farmers markets, community events, office building lobbies, church gatherings, local festivals, or even parking lots. Why does this work? Because these venues charge minimal fees, sometimes just 50 to 100 pounds per day, or a small percentage of your sales. Compare that to monthly rent of 2,000 pounds or more, and you can see the massive difference. Here's what you need to make this work. Step 1. Get licensed. Research your local health department requirements for temporary food service. In many areas, you can get a temporary food handler's permit for under £100. Step 2. Start with a minimal menu. You don't need a full espresso bar. Start with cold brew coffee, which you can make at home in large batches. Pour over coffee using a simple setup, or pre-made iced drinks. Pair this with simple pastries that you either bake yourself or source wholesale from a local bakery. Keep your menu to 5 items max. Step 3. Source free or borrowed equipment. This is crucial. You don't need to buy a £3,000 espresso machine. Start with a French press, a portable folding table that you probably already own or can borrow, insulated containers to keep drinks hot or cold, and a simple cash box. Total investment? Under £200 if you're smart about it. Step 4. Market your pop-up location on social media. Create an Instagram account, post your location the day before and the morning of your pop-up, and use local hashtags. This costs nothing but your time. I know someone who started exactly this way at a local farmer's market. She spent £150 on her first day's supplies, made £400 in sales, and within 3 months was booking pop-ups 3 days a week. Within a year, she had the revenue and track record to secure a small permanent space. The beauty of this model. You're testing your concept, building a customer base, and generating cash flow all before committing to expensive overhead. Strategy number 2 is using shared commercial kitchen spaces to launch a delivery or catering-focused cafe. Commercial kitchens are facilities that rent out kitchen time to food entrepreneurs. You might have a ghost kitchen or commissary kitchen in your area. These spaces are fully licensed, have all the equipment you need, and you only pay for the hours you use, typically £15 to £30 per hour. Here's your game plan. First, Find a shared kitchen space in your area. Search for commissary kitchen or shared commercial kitchen plus your city name. Many cities have multiple options. Some even offer new entrepreneur rates or first-month discounts. Second, start a coffee and pastry delivery or catering service. Make batches of cold brew, nitro coffee, if the facility has the equipment, or even pre-made lattes that customers can heat at home. Package them beautifully. Do the same with baked goods, muffins, scones, cookies, breakfast sandwiches. Third, market to offices and businesses. This is the secret sauce. Reach out to local companies and offer a weekly coffee and pastry delivery service. Charge per person or per delivery. A typical office of 20 people might pay you £200 to £300 for a weekly Monday morning delivery. Get 5 clients like this, and you're generating over $4,000 per month. Fourth, use free delivery and marketing tools. Create a simple website using free platforms like Card or Square. Use social media to showcase your offerings. Deliver yourself using your own vehicle to avoid delivery fees. The startup costs here are incredibly low. You're paying for kitchen time only when you're producing, you're buying ingredients in small batches as orders come in, and you're not locked into a lease. I've seen people build 5-figure per month businesses using this model before ever opening a physical cafe. And the best part? Your commercial customers become investors and advocates. When you're ready to open a physical location, these are the people who'll be your first customers and might even invest in your growth. Strategy 3 is the partnership model, and this is perfect if you have skills but no capital. Here's the concept. You find someone who has space, and you offer to operate a cafe within their location in exchange for revenue sharing. No upfront rent, no build-out costs, just a percentage of sales. Where does this work? Think bookstores, yoga studios, co-working spaces, retail shops, office buildings, hotel lobbies, or even laundromats. These businesses have unused space and want to add a cafe amenity, but don't want to run it themselves. Here's how you pitch it. You'll set up and operate a coffee bar in their space at no cost to them. They provide the space and utilities. You provide the equipment, labor, and expertise. You split revenue 50-50, or some similar arrangement. The key is that they have zero risk and zero upfront cost. Even though you don't have money, you have time, energy, and willingness to work. That's valuable. You'll increase foot traffic to their business, enhance their customer experience, and create a new revenue stream for them. Make a list of 20 local businesses that could benefit from a cafe. Visit them in person. Be professional, have a simple one-page proposal printed out, and explain how this benefits them. You only need one yes to get started. Your initial setup can be incredibly minimal. A small espresso machine can be bought used for under $500, or you can even rent equipment monthly. Start with a tiny menu: espresso drinks, drip coffee, a few pastries. Many partnerships will even help with some initial equipment costs because they see the value. Real example. A friend approached a local bookstore that had empty space near the entrance. She offered to run a coffee bar with a 60-40 split in the bookstore's favor. The bookstore loved it because it meant customers would stay longer and buy more books. She started with a $200 espresso machine from Craigslist and a simple menu. Within 6 months, she was generating enough revenue that the bookstore offered to help expand the cafe area because it was driving so much additional business. The partnership model works because it's a true win-win. Nobody takes on debt, risk is shared, and both parties benefit from success. Strategy 4 is going mobile, and this might be the most accessible option of all. A mobile cafe means operating from a vehicle, a cart, a bike, a van, or even a converted car. And before you think you need a £50,000 food truck, let me stop you right there. You can start way smaller and way cheaper. Option 1. The coffee cart. You can build a basic coffee cart for under $300 using materials from hardware stores, or buy a used cart on Facebook Marketplace for similar prices. Carts are perfect for street corners, parks, office complexes, or events. Option 2. The coffee bike. Cargo bikes or tricycles with mounted equipment can be purchased used or even built DIY for under $500. These are incredibly popular in urban areas and at events. They're also very Instagram friendly, which is free marketing. Option 3. The coffee trike or stand. Even simpler. You can start with a folding table setup that you transport in your personal vehicle, set up in permitted areas, and serve from. What you need to know: permits and regulations. Research mobile food vending permits in your city. Costs vary wildly by location, from $50 to several hundred, but they're still a fraction of what a brick-and-mortar costs. Some cities have specific programs to support mobile food entrepreneurs with reduced fees. Strategic positioning. The key to mobile success is location, location, location. Park outside office buildings during morning rush hour, set up at parks on weekends, serve at community events, or create a regular weekly schedule where customers know where to find you. Keep it simple. Mobile operations require simplified equipment. Focus on cold brew, iced coffee, and simple espresso drinks if you have a portable espresso maker. Avoid anything that requires complicated preparation or refrigeration. Build a following. Use Instagram and TikTok to post your daily location. Create a hashtag. Engage with your community. And watch people start seeking you out. This turns your mobility from a limitation into an advantage. People love the treasure hunt aspect of finding their favorite mobile cafe. The mobile approach has launched countless successful cafes. You're generating revenue immediately, building brand recognition, testing what works, and most importantly, you're doing it all without debt or massive overhead. One important tip: many successful mobile cafe operators run multiple carts or stations. Once one location is profitable, you can train someone else to run it while you start a second location. This scaling model can happen in months, not years. Now let's talk about how to fund your growth as you go, because eventually you might want that brick-and-mortar location. This sounds obvious, but it's powerful. If you're running pop-ups and making a few £100 profit per week, save 75% of that. Within a few months, you'll have thousands saved for equipment upgrades or deposits. Once you have a following, offer founding memberships. Charge customers $100 for a membership card that gives them 20% off forever, or free drinks once a week for a year. If 50 people buy in, that's £5,000 in immediate capital. Platforms like Kickstarter or GoFundMe can work if you have a compelling story and have already proven your concept. The key is showing that you're already operating and need funds to expand, not that you're trying to fund an untested idea. Many cities and organizations run pitch competitions for small businesses, with prizes ranging from a few thousand to $20,000. Applications are free, so this is pure upside. Once you have revenue, equipment suppliers will often finance larger equipment purchases with no money down. You're paying monthly out of the revenue the equipment generates. Once you're operating and can show real numbers, approach successful local business people. Many are looking to invest smaller amounts in local ventures. A £5,000 or £10,000 investment might be nothing to them but transformative for you. The key principle here is that money flows to execution. Once you're operating and generating revenue, funding opportunities that weren't available before suddenly open up. Let's talk about what you actually need to know to make this work. Because skills matter more than money. Skill 1: coffee knowledge. You don't need to be a master barista, but you should know how to make a good cup of coffee. Take free online courses, watch YouTube tutorials, practice at home, or work part-time at a cafe to learn. This investment of time costs nothing but pays massive dividends. Skill 2: basic business skills. Learn basic bookkeeping, understand food costs and profit margins, and know how to price your products. Again, free resources online can teach you everything you need. Skill 3. Customer service. This is arguably the most important. Your personality and service can differentiate you from corporate chains. Be genuinely friendly, remember regulars' names and orders, and create an experience people want to return to. Skill 4. Marketing and social media. You need to be comfortable posting on Instagram, engaging with customers online, and creating simple visual content. This is free advertising that can be more effective than traditional marketing. Skill 5. Hustle and resilience. This is the most crucial. Starting with no money means you'll work harder than someone who can hire help from day one. You'll have early mornings, late nights, and plenty of problems to solve. But this builds a foundation that money can't buy. The beautiful thing about skills is that they're free to develop and they become more valuable over time. Someone with these 5 skills and 0 money will outperform someone with £50,000 and no skills every single time. Let me share the biggest mistakes I see people make when trying to start a cafe with no money. Mistake 1. Thinking too big too soon. Don't try to open a full-service cafe as your first move. Start small, prove the concept, build revenue, then scale. Trying to do everything at once is how you end up in debt. Mistake 2. Perfectionism. Your first pop-up doesn't need custom-branded cups and a perfect setup. It needs good coffee and good service. You can upgrade aesthetics as you grow. Too many people never start because they're waiting for everything to be perfect. Mistake 3. Ignoring regulations. Cutting corners on permits and licenses will shut you down fast. Do the research. Get properly licensed. Even if it takes a few extra weeks, it's worth it. Mistake 4. Underpricing. When you're starting with no money, every pound matters. Don't undercharge trying to compete with Starbucks on price. You compete on quality, experience, and being local. Price appropriately to cover costs and make profit. Mistake 5. Going it alone. Find a mentor, join a small business group, or partner with someone who complements your skills. Trying to figure everything out alone takes longer and costs more in mistakes. Mistake 6. Not tracking finances. From day one, track every expense and every sale. Use a simple spreadsheet if nothing else. You need to know your numbers to grow intelligently. Mistake 7. Giving up too soon. Your first few pop-ups or mobile sessions might be slow. That's normal. Give it at least 3 months of consistent operation before evaluating whether it's working. Adjust your approach, but don't quit prematurely. Alright, let's bring this all together with a concrete action plan you can start implementing today. This week, research your local health department requirements and permit costs. Make a list of 20 potential pop-up locations or partnership businesses. Create social media accounts for your future cafe. Practice making coffee at home and perfect 3 signature drinks. Calculate basic startup costs for your chosen model. This month, apply for necessary permits and licenses. Source basic equipment by borrowing, buying used, or choosing the cheapest viable options. Design a simple menu with 3 drinks and 2 food items. Create simple branding, logo, colors, name, using free tools like Canva. Schedule your first pop-up or approach your first potential partner. Make your first batch of product. Within 3 months, operate your pop-up or mobile cafe at least once per week. Build to 10 sales per session as your initial goal. Collect customer feedback and adjust your offerings. Start building a regular customer base. Document everything on social media. Hit your first $1,000 in revenue. Within 6 months, increase frequency to multiple times per week. Refine your most popular offerings. Begin saving profits for equipment upgrades. Explore additional locations or partnership opportunities. Hit £5,000 in total revenue. Start planning your next growth phase. The timeline might be different for you, but the principle stays the same. Start small, prove it works, reinvest, and scale gradually. Here's the truth that most people don't want to hear. Opening a cafe with no money is absolutely possible, but it's not easy. It requires creativity, hard work, persistence, and a willingness to start small. But here's the beautiful part. By starting with no money, you're actually building something more valuable than if you had a huge investment from day one. You're learning every aspect of the business. You're staying lean and profitable. You're not drowning in debt, and you're creating something that's truly sustainable. Some of the most successful cafes in the world started exactly this way. They started small, built a following, proved their concept, and scaled intelligently. You can do the same thing. The question isn't whether you have money. The question is whether you're willing to be resourceful, creative, and persistent enough to make it happen anyway. So what's stopping you? Pick one of these strategies. Take action today and start building your cafe dream right now. Not next year when you've saved up money. Not someday when the timing is perfect. Today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content on starting businesses with minimal capital. Drop a comment below telling me which strategy you're going to try first. I read every single comment and I'd love to hear from you. And remember, every successful cafe you've ever visited started with someone who had a dream and took action. Now it's your turn. I'll see you in the next video. Now go make it happen.